everybody, and welcome to the FarrEnuFF podcast, where we talk about music and the arts, entertainment, literature, pianos, ukuleles, guitars, harmonicas, scissors, rocket ships, and blades of grass. My next guest coming up today is my good friend Will Holden. We go way, way back. Super looking forward to this, talking to him on the phone and such. Yeah, gonna have some pretty cool conversations, probably some video games and such. Speaking of video games, the song I'm going to play for you is inspired by one. It was from the 1991 game called Out of This World. I think it's called Another World if you had a Genesis or played it in the UK or whatnot. But I got intrigued by the storyline and wanted to write like a rock opera to it, and I never got around to finishing it. So this is the only one, and it's called Escape. Playing it for you now. Will Holden coming up next. Stay tuned.
Up in this cage, I wait here. The snoring creatures awake. Intentions are left unclear. Does he think he knows what's at stake? I must escape now. Shakes the cage left and right. It falls, killing the guard below. He takes with him a gun of light. Our tuba, it's now time to go. Escape! 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 Escape out of this world! First guard goes down with great ease. He shoots him right in the face. The door is mine, if you please. I know how to escape this place. We shall live here all. Cut the power on the hour. They will not follow our trail. Down below, we're gonna go. There is no way we can fail. Escape! 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 Escape!
So that was Escape, written by yours truly. If you haven't guessed already, I was listening to tons of Megadeth. So, yeah. But without further ado, we're going to get our guest on the phone here. Hey, Bill, we finally got you on the phone. How's it going?
It's great. How are you doing?
Doing great, bud. Thanks for being on the podcast. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad I could be there.
Right? Like virtually, like with the power.
Yeah, almost.
With technology.
Techno world here.
Oh, shit, dude. That's one I'd forgotten about.
Yeah. Sometimes they flood back to me.
Like, I remember the big staples, like Burn All the Children, and
yeah.
Like, I was talking with Kyle the other day. He's like, "Do you remember Horny Dogs?" And he's like, "You asshole." I'm like, you still hold that on me? It's like, of course I do. It's like, of course I do. We're all bound together for life on Fat Chicks and Belly shirts. So
yeah, the three of us.
Which I give.
Yeah, that song was Kyle's mom's idea, right?
Yeah. I'll never forget it. We were all sitting like in the living room, and she comes out and she's like, "You guys should write a song about fat chicks and belly shirts." And then we just did. Like, that became our plan for the afternoon. Like, we're gonna make this happen.
I think we wrote it kind of quickly too. It just kind of flowed.
It was super quick. But yeah, like, and it's just progressed. Like, it kind of started off as like a little folk tune. Like, then now it's just gotten progressively like more metal or like punky sounding.
The many iterations. I want to gather all the iterations of that song.
The thing is, it's like, it's not supposed to be an appropriate song. It's supposed to be offensive, and by today's standards, it's horribly offensive. And I still get people requesting that song.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was playing a gig like in Massachusetts somewhere, and I played that line, like, some of them chicks even have dongs, and there was somebody transgender there, and I thought they were gonna be really upset and angry at me, and they were like, "Dude, fuck yeah!" Whoa! It was like sick.
Well, I think so much of that is like how you perform it. Like, you don't perform it like, I'm making fun of somebody or I'm being an asshole. Like, it's all jovial, it's all fun.
Yeah. Like,
I think a lot of people get that.
I mean, I hope. I mean, I think
One
of the things I fear, like, in woke America, like, the satire is slowly starting to die. Like, nobody can take a joke.
I think a lot of it is like, it's just how you present yourself. It's like, if you are like actually like trying to like piss people off, then they're gonna get pissed. But like, if you're just hanging out and just your attitude is nice, your attitude is decent, a lot of people will get that as just a joke.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Chappelle was trying to hurt anybody.
No, I would agree that I don't think he was trying to.
No, I mean, it was funny the way he did it. It's like, and I knew people were going to get upset about it. It's like, and so did he. It's like, but I found it quite comical, like, because I watched the whole thing, and then it was like a day later, it's like, people are upset. It's like, this happened, and he said these things. It's like, whoa, did you watch the same special that I did? Like, you clearly couldn't take the joke then. It's like, and as a white person, I should... But you know what I mean? Like, as a white person, I should be the most offended person by that special,
Yeah, I actually can't talk too much about that because I didn't actually see the special. I saw the fallout from it, but I haven't actually watched it yet.
Oh. Well, see, what I thought was kind of strange, like, if you haven't watched the whole thing, it's that he has one part segment about it where he befriends like somebody in the transgender community, and he admits that he has like a transphobe thing, and and he talks about that whole story, and how they became like really close friends and stuff. So it's like, for that community to attack him and shit, so you didn't watch the whole special then.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Is like, there are people that are looking to be offended, but there are also people that like just assume. And I think with so many people who are being shitty towards trans people, I guess I can see why it would be easy for them to assume, but that doesn't right.
Yeah, I mean, but whatevs. Like,
Yeah.
It's like if you're being offended by Chappelle now, it's like then you clearly are not familiar with any of his work, like ever.
Yeah, a lot of his older stuff probably wouldn't fly.
No.
Well, I mean, even like Family Man Eddie Murphy, he did a whole skit about rolling into town and the fags were sounding like ambulances coming through, waving their shirts.
Yeah, woo! It's like not ambulance. Woo woo.
Like, oh god, no, you couldn't say any of that. No.
Nope, you do that now, you're like, nope, you're getting sued so hard.
Like I never took that to mean like he hated gay people.
No, I mean,
No.
different time, different era.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to you about your game channel here, your Lumpkins Play.
Hey.
And stuff like so when did that whole thing start? Like exactly.
So I was doing a channel with an old friend of ours, Steve Schneider. We went to school with him. Yeah, we did Broken Bass for a while, and then I wanted to branch out and do my own thing. That was beginning of 2017. So I've been posting videos and streaming. I mostly stream on Twitch now.
Yeah, I see that.
I try to catch them. It's a lot of fun. I have a pretty good community, like people that tune in regularly and help out that I co-stream with.
Oh, that's sweet, man. Like,
yeah, I've met some awesome people through it.
And so this is one of the questions I had. So obviously you have to play like a different amount of games. Like, do you like select them randomly or?
Some of them are suggested. Some of them are just ones that like I've been wanting to play. I try not to do the thing where I played the popular game.
Yeah.
Oh
no, I got you there when you did Bubsby 3D. Like I remember the Bubsby.
That's true.
I was like, shit, dude. It's like I thought I was the only one who knew who Bubsby was. It's like I didn't even play Bubsby 3D, like because I knew that game was shit. My apologies for the boiler noises, everyone.
Bubsy 3D was a charity stream. They raised points for me to play it, and then we raised money during that stream for an animal shelter.
That was what I wanted to talk to you about too. Like, what's the deal with these charity things? How does that work? Like, because I saw you did one with the Animal Crossing, like not too recently, you know?
Yeah, last Friday I did a stream for Extra Life, which is a really rad charity. I love that. It happens every year. It's a marathon where you raise money for the Children's Miracle Network.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this year we raised $250 in about 6 hours. And it's like that blows my mind.
You're just gaming, you know? Like that was what I thought was kind of intriguing about it. Like, shit, he's like, you can raise money by doing this? Like, I
never would have thought that.
You know, like back in the day, our parents were like, "What are you doing? Wasting your time getting good at these games? Ain't gonna make you any money." And you're like, "Yeah, you're probably right, Ma." It's like, and now you look back, like, "Ha!"
They're like, "Damn."
It's like now I make a lot of money.
I think this year alone, I did 3 charities and we raised about $1,000 for 3 different organizations. And it's like, damn, that's not a waste of time at all.
No, that's super kick ass. Like, now, do you get more enjoyment out of doing like the older games or the more current ones?
It depends. I find I like revisiting old games on stream. Because then while I'm playing it, I can also talk about, like, hey, this is why this game is special to me. You know, this is when I first played it, and kind of, like, revisiting that. And I think a lot of people get into that. They kind of identify with it.
Yeah. I caught your Donkey Kong 3 one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sweet. It's like, because I remember going through that game myself, you know, and so it's like, oh, I wonder how he's gonna like deal with this situation. Cause I remember you and me going through it like back in like school and stuff. Like you were the one that showed me the code, like because you had the color coded controller and mine wasn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. It's like that's what that means. Like that's why they have colors. Like, Rare made you buy a fucking controller. Like those dicks. Like, such a rare thing to do. Like
we all did. Well, you know, you had to do it.
Oh, my background is Hensley Rare right now. I got Conker's Bad Fur Day. I got Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube. Oh yeah, and Banjo-Kazooie. Like inbox.
Oh yeah.
Inbox with the book.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Farron got it for me a couple years ago, Christmas. Like before we,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a find.
Yeah, I mean it's a little beat up, but I don't give a shit.
No, that's
like-
super awesome.
It's like I can't even remember the last time I saw an N64 game in a box, like with the book.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, like memory lane, sick.
I think the only old game I have in a box is Super Mario RPG.
Ah.
Somebody, not even like a close friend, but this guy I know knew I loved that game and just bought me a copy. I was like, whoa.
That's like the greatest person ever. That's
Like, I will
still a
cherish-
bucket for mine. Like to have the box to that. Like I bet that's sick. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's fun playing newer games too and kind of discovering newer games.
Yeah.
I've been trying to like branch out and play stuff that maybe I wouldn't normally play.
I think the newest game that I've played is probably not the Miles Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man before that. Like,
I just played that.
which I thought was amazing. Like
Yeah, it's
start to
excellent. I
finish.
just started Miles.
I was like, I don't want to get Miles. I don't no longer have my PS4, so let's put a damper
yeah.
on that. It's like, and I lost my Switch, so it's like double
Oh,
fuck.
that sucks.
So I'm like, I love Switch so much, and I wanted to play the new Metroid Dread.
Yeah, it looks good.
Still, have you played it?
I haven't, but everybody is raving about it. Or it's like, I'm not a big Metroid person, but I think I gotta get it.
I was. It's like I was, especially on the 2D. I'm not on the Metroid Prime train that much. Like I'm into it now that I've
Yeah, I
given it a
remember
chance.
that. I remember you didn't like Prime back in the day.
Yep, I was like, this is fucking weird. This isn't 2D. Like, it's like damn Texas industry. They fucked it up. Like, it's like, but no, like going through Prime. Like, I'm still pretty much in the beginning of the game, but it's like, nah, I was kind of a sandy turd. Like for thinking poorly of this game because it really is a pretty well done game. You know. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, that's understandable because it's like, you're kind of afraid at that point, like, are we not getting 2D Metroid anymore? Is
Yeah.
this the wave?
I mean, the last one we got was Zero Mission. Well, except for Samus Returns. It's like,
Yeah, that's true.
which I preferred because I played a little bit of it, but the bootleg one, the AM2R,
Yeah.
that game was fucking awesome. Like I played that regularly.
I was lucky I downloaded that right before it got taken down.
Yep, me too. And I was like, I'm so happy. It's like, because this is a brilliant done game. Like, everything about it was awesome. Just the fact you can back strafe, you know? It's like, fuck you, Metroid. I can walk backwards and shoot missiles at you. Pa-pow, pa-pow, pa-pow. Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like, fans are doing crazy things with mods and ROMs and shit.
right? I've started to dabble in that train, like, playing, like, Mario World hacks. It's like,
Yeah.
that's definitely
some of
my
them
best
crazy.
game. That's my best game by far. It's like, I want to find, like, the hardest versions and...
Yeah.
But I still haven't really got many to work.
That'd be sick, though.
I read about a couple. I can't remember what the names of them are.
I know there's like, I've seen a couple of speedrunners tackle them, and they just look insane. Like, I could never wrap my head around
Yeah,
it.
like, you know, seeing people doing like the Mario World Maker 2 shit, like with just flaming fire going around them the whole time, just going around it, spin jumps, lands on a fucking ghost, like the only place ghost in the place of safety. Like gets into the goal. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like,
It's like, who are you? How did you even?
it's like, I do nothing but play Mario World.
Those are those professional streamers that like get tips and donations and stuff, and that's their job.
Although, I mean, I understand. I mean, that one level in Mario World where you're on the bridge, and if you just run full blast with Yoshi, you will land on every blade safely.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I had to immediately start up the game and try it.
Yep, I remembered that trick. Like, I wanted to say you and I were, like, trying that out one day, like, just doing goofy shit.
Oh man, you know what? I might have seen you do it then. That might be where I found that out.
Maybe, yeah. It's like, because the only one that I knew that knew more about the game than I did was Nelson Sheldrick.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that showed me that level where, the one with all the dinosaurs in it, where it was based on time. Like, if you went slow, then you got one goal, you had to go medium pace, get the middle goal, and then quick to get the special goal.
Yeah, well, man, that game had so many secrets in it.
Mario World's by far probably my favorite game.
Yeah, it's still incredible. It still holds up so well.
Oh, it does. I mean, Tubular, I still dread that fucking level. Where you have to sit in those... It's like, avoid the baseballs and fireballs. Like, what the fuck? Like, all high on helium.
That level with my dad and being stuck on that for weeks. And now I don't have the luxury of getting stuck on a level if I'm streaming. That's one thing is kind of nerve-wracking. It's like, I gotta make progress. I gotta do something.
Yeah, right? It's like you can't just clip it. Like,
no.
They'll know.
I'm not gonna lie, there might be a couple of times where I did do that and uploaded it to YouTube and I'm like, just ignore this part. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna have to do this at the beginning of the podcast already. It's like, secrets. But the last one I did with Josh Jacobs, he's like, I can't hear you at all. It's like, so that was probably my cheap gas station cable shorting there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, shit. It's like, so it was like 20 minutes of me trying to figure it out then too. It's like, this went really well the first two times. It's like, I mean, the first one was, there was an actual person next to me, so it was really easy.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one you did was Kyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Kyle.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
That's good.
I mean, he smokes an insane amount of weed, but that's.
I mean, it's Kyle. I'm not, not surprised.
I mean, there's times where I'm like, I can't. It's like when you're putting me down on it. It's like, wow. Nah, we love you, Two Step. So what type of music have you been listening to, bud? Like,
for like new stuff? Man,
just like whatever you've been listening to lately.
I got super into Glass Animals, which is a British band. I got super into them.
I know of them.
Yeah, I feel like you would like them. You would definitely like a couple of their albums.
Yeah, they got like that really British, like old British sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember Farron telling me about them. I'm pretty sure she showed them to me. That she was going to show me who LP was. And I sent you that thing. Like, have you ever listened to LP?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, holy shit! Like that like weird genre of like British pop, that's coming out.
Yeah, and it's super different than what we have over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good. I mean, that chick is insane. Like, not insane, she probably is, but...
I mean, maybe a little.
She's insane with her vocals, because she's trying to be, masculine and stuff, but she doesn't come off like a Joan Jett almost, like she's like a chick Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember Farron playing that shit for me. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, this is awesome. Because she showed me a live thing of her. I was like, this chick is awesome. I
got into Mother, listening to more of them.
Yeah.
They're
I'm not
like
as familiar with them.
Yeah, they're good. They got some interesting songs.
So I haven't been listening to as much new stuff. I've been diving back a little more. I went through a very unhealthy Elton John phase. It was nothing but Elton John, all the time.
Yeah.
It's I'm not ashamed of it, and that's okay.
I mean, Elton John has some good shit, so there's nothing.
It's great stuff. It's but then I was running out of the normal stuff, so I was getting into the mid to late '80s period. I was now you're dabbling into some shit.
Yeah, you're gonna hear some stuff going on.
Although I am not ashamed of this at all, The Road to El Dorado is a fucking phenomenal soundtrack.
Yes.
It's and I listen to it often, just that. There's some production. Him and Tim Rice working together again, first time since The Lion King. I was all about that.
I remember when we all went through a big Beatles phase.
Oh yeah.
Shortly after high school, and I think Kyle started that.
He started mine. I know that.
Yeah, and then he also started mine. He pulled us all into it.
Yeah, he's listen to Abbey Road, and then you'll understand, finally. Just Shatnered it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, because I remember he always hated the Beatles as a kid.
me
And,
too.
like, I always kind of liked them, but then he's like, no, you don't understand. You have to watch this movie and listen to this. And I was like, damn, you're right.
See, I like the Wings. It's like, but I hated the Beatles in school because I will never forget it. I don't remember what grade it was. I think it was third. I think it was either second or third grade. But Mrs. Splat played this Yellow Submarine.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just not ready for it. And I was like, he's like, shut up. It's like, with your fucking Yellow Submarine. Like,
What is this little kid music? I'm in third grade.
yeah. You know, it's like, I'm an adult now. It's like we all kill in a Yellow Submarine. Like, you know.
Oh my god, yeah, and like the Across the Universe came out around that time, and the remasters. Oh my god, what a time!
Across the Universe made me cry like a baby the first time. Like when.
Yeah, that was such a good movie. I was thinking about that the other day for some reason.
I hate to refer to him this way, but the little black boy singing "Let It Be" and then he dies. Like, I just broke down. Like, and I remember being with my ex. Like, why did the kid have to die? He wasn't doing nothing. Like, he was just fucking singing a song, bro. Like, you know?
Oh my god!
But that was such a well done movie. I mean,
It was.
incorporating the way, like, I Want You and the context that they were using it in. Like, oh,
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
was genius.
it's like about the draft. Like, now we're getting deep. Like,
And like the visuals were pretty haunting for that song. The visuals for that whole movie were so good.
I mean, Eddie Izzard there. That one got
Yeah.
nominated for an Oscar. They didn't win, but
No,
they should have. Yeah. I'm sorry. His performance of being in The Benefit for Mr. Kite was brilliant. I thought it was just fucking perfect. Like, because he didn't even really sing it. He just did like a circus performance gag out of it.
Yeah, it was like a real performance.
You know?
Yeah,
Like, and it's great. It's got stuff.
yeah.
It's like, and they were kind of like Yellow Submarine-ish like type characters coming out, like the little blue like.
Yeah, the blue meanies.
Blue meat, yeah. I was about to say like snot character things.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Damn.
That was a great movie. Evan Rachel Wood was what drew me to her, like as an actress.
Yeah.
It's like, and then she did a couple movies like right after that, like one with Michael Douglas that was pretty good. That I can't.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was working at Blockbuster Video at the time. All I remember was it was a yellow case.
Yeah. And then the main dude was Jim Sturgis. I remember I bought another movie just because he was in it.
Oh yeah, 21.
Yeah, 21.
Yep, the card. He was a card counter. I watched it too, and like, this is not as good.
No, it sure wasn't. But
even with Kevin Spacey, like it was.
Oh yeah. Looking back, Kevin Spacey, I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh shit, I spoke highly of Kevin Spacey. We're not supposed to talk about Kevin Spacey.
Nope.
No, Kevin
We didn't
Spacey.
know. You seem normal.
Well, it's just kind of like how ironic the entire series of The Cosby Show is now.
Yeah.
Like, you watch that whole thing, you're like, I can't watch this show now without thinking of, I'm just gonna put it in the bun now and just.
Yeah, I think I still have one of Bill Cosby's stand-up on vinyl. It's like
I do.
That's because I just think of it.
Ironically, I had bought a shit ton of them like a week before I knew. For like a quarter each. And then I'm like, oh, these are gonna be like worthless now. It's like,
These are tainted, yeah.
and now I can't even listen to them anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, 'cause they were funny too. It's like, but now it's just like, you evil bastard. It's like watching Woody Allen movies now. It's like, they're still great movies, but it's like, you suck.
Yeah, it's like, you're just so nasty a person, I can't watch your shit.
You know, with Mel Gibson, I can almost get, like, I've watched his other stuff, like, recently.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, I get it, you know, like, he said some shit that he shouldn't have said, and it's like, probably still hates the Jews, but whatever, like.
Yeah, like, there's a point where it's like, I could try to distance myself from the rest of this. Well, it's just like Harry Potter. I could still watch like a Harry Potter movie, but I don't think I would buy any merchandise. It's like, I'll watch this shit, but I ain't supporting Joanne.
Oh shit! Well, I want to talk about because we're getting to the song break here, which is going to be Mr. Puppy's One Night Cabaret Revival.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
Yeah, it's going to be the FarrEnuFF podcast exclusive right now, but I just want to talk a little bit about that before we play it. So, as far as I recall of the memories, like you had the idea in your head.
Yeah.
You know, you were like da 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 or something.
Yeah, and I had a lot of the lyrics written, but it wasn't finished. It was like winter of '09. I remember that well. I don't know why.
Yep, it was. It was because it was written in the notes.
Yeah.
I had liner notes. I had like gimmick liner notes. It may have even been like the first or second week in December.
Yeah, I think so. And it was right when you were finishing up Day Moon.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I loved Day Moon. That was like my favorite album.
I'm thinking about either redoing it or remastering it. But since I don't have the masters, I'm probably going to have to end up redoing it.
That'd be dope, though. I'm sure you would, like, go crazy on that shit.
Well, I wanted to... I mean, it's hard to reduplicate some of the sounds. Like, some of them happen completely by accident, you know? Like, the Day Moon reprise. You know, I'm messing around with Vince's girlfriend's keyboard, and I'm just layering it and shoving shaving cream into the mic. Like, this is perfect. Like, it's like it sounds like clouds blowing wind. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's like it sounds like shaving cream in a microphone.
Well, there's a part of Mr. Puppy that sounds like a dog barking, and I swear neither of us made that sound.
We barked.
We barked, but there's like a part in the instrumental. It's like really faint, where you hear like like one.
It must have been someone outside hearing what was going on. Like, I'm just gonna start barking. It's like, I assume it's a person and not a dog. Like,
yeah, probably. It was the spirit of the dog.
Oh shit. Well, so anyway, we're gonna take a quick little break here. This is Mr. Puppy's One Night Cabaret Revival, written by Will Holden, and hope you enjoy it.
Mr. Puppy wants to play, and Mr. Puppy wants to laugh all day, and Mr. Puppy wants to know if you're going to his next show. Mr. Puppy wants to groove, and Mr. Puppy knows how to move, and Mr. Puppy wants to sit at your side every day. Mr. Puppy dances down the street. Mr. Puppy nuzzles up against your feet. But all he wants is for you to take him home. Little Puppy should never be allowed to roam. Mr. Puppy plays the scene. Mr. Puppy is never mean. He nips and scratches at your nose, but he'll follow you wherever you go. Mr. Puppy in the park, always good and never far, doing tricks for more treats. He shows how he fills up the seats. Mr. Puppy, watch him as he runs. Mr. Puppy lying in the sun. But all he needs is a kind family. Oh, take him home, he's so friendly. Mr. Puppy wags his tail, and Mr. Puppy Chart never fails to stop his panties like a song when he bothers your door all night long.
That was Mr. Puppy's One Night Cabaret Revival, and I still think that's one of the best ones that we've done.
Now, did I ever tell you that I don't have the lyrics anymore, but I wrote a sequel to that song that was much darker.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
I wrote a sequel. I always wanted to record it, and it was very dark, and that's why I think I never went forward with it.
I think it would have been great.
I remember the end of it. It was if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
I think it's gonna be Mr. Puppy lying in the street. Mr. Puppy sizzles in the heat, and none of his fans ever seem to realize when Mr. Puppy was finally euthanized. It was so dark. Because if I could get real, Mr. Puppy's One Night Cabaret revival was about loneliness.
Yeah.
It was about being super lonely and feeling alone, and then the sequel was about like being depressed and suicidal. And that's why I think I never went forward with it, because I was like, this is such a dark no. I can't.
The funny thing is, like, I remember playing that song for my boss, or no, my assistant manager at the gas station I worked for in Brandon. And she's like, this would have been a perfect children's song. It's like, but you sound like Count Dracula when you're singing it. Like, it's too scary. It's like, so, it's like, I thought the first one was like a poetically beautiful, dark song already, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, it is. It's like, it's about a lonely, like, dark soul. Like, that's the way I've always interpreted it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and
I love how you sang it. The voice you had when you sang it was so perfect. It was so good.
I know. I came up was like, I want to do like, it was my being in the benefit of Mr. Kite. Like, that was the way I wanted to do it. Like, no, it's a show. Like, it's like I made a ukulele version of it. Like, and that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was just. It's a little creepy. It's like, to me, it reminds me of like Richard O'Brien singing science fiction at the end of Rocky Horror. Like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like this, like, should be included. Like, if it was a single, like, that one should be on the back, like, reprised. Like,
I want to hear that again. That was so good.
I'll have to bust it
forgot about
out.
the ukulele version.
I'm not sure if I still have it anymore, but I possess a ukulele now.
Yeah.
I
Because
can
you
always...
were, that was on the album after Day Moon. I think it was self-titled.
Yep, Keegan Farr.
Yeah, I loved that album too. I don't know if I have that anymore. That might have gotten lost somewhere.
See, I do have a distributor now. A distributor. There we go. Third time.
Yeah.
Have some more Jameson Kegels. I'm using a DistroKid. It's like, so I got like stuff on Spotify and Amazon and stuff like that now. See, and with that older stuff, some of the drums, just like the hi-hats, were just mixed so shittily. The best way
Yeah,
to put
well,
it.
I remember you were using like kind of the old kit then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still am pretty much. It's like, but
Yeah.
I'm smarter about it. Well, you know, like, you don't make the hi-hat the loudest sounding part of a drum set. Like, I learned stuff like that. You know, like, so you don't hear the whole time. It's like, but yeah. So I'm kind of like filtering through the old stuff. Like, all right, what's good? Like, I put Day Moon on there, like the song, like a couple tracks from it. It's like, but Why Do All the Pretty Girls Lie? The hi hat was completely so fucked. I was like, I'm just gonna redo it. It's like, but it's nice, like, to be able to go online, like, on, like, whatever service you got, and be like, oh, I can type my name and I'm finally there. Like, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. And like the idea that somebody could discover your music, and hopefully more people do that aren't like local and stuff.
I've had a couple people.
Yeah.
Not so much directly from doing that, but just, you know, because of COVID and stuff. The only positive thing I can say about it was I've discovered a lot of different musicians from all over the world. It's like that I wouldn't have seen any other way, and it's been awesome. Like, I befriended a couple people in the UK, you know, and they're just putting out some amazing shit. Like, quick shout out Jody Holland, Kelly Criswell, you know, keep it up. But yeah, like I'm listening to these guys doing the stuff. Like, they accepted me. He's like, oh, you kind of sound little, you know, you got a Beatles influence. And like, oh, you picked up on that, huh? It's like,
Well, that was such an interesting part of COVID. A lot of people talked about, quarantine and being isolated, but I kept thinking you're really only isolated if you want to be. We're in such a time where the internet is in everybody's house, and you can find people that like you said, you never would have found.
Yeah. So Jody Holland, who I was talking about, he was telling me he lives relatively close to the caverns and stuff where the Beatles played. And if I ever ended up in that area, he'd show me around and stuff. I was like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like, here I am sitting in America, I never even thought about that. But I can see people playing music, from different areas of the world. There's a couple people from India. That's putting out really good stuff. I can't think of their names at the moment, but I was just absorbing so many people at once. This was the only positive thing I could come out of from the whole COVID experience.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Because
there's streamers and stuff that I've found that I know I never would have connected with, and I'm very thankful to have done so.
Well, I'm sorry. It's I'm pouring myself another drink.
Hey, that's all right. I think I'm drinking Diet Cola over here. Yeah. Straight.
I was about to say, have you had any particular... What's your alcoholic drink of choice?
These days, man, I love vodka, but I can't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It kills me. It gives me gout like crazy.
Vodka just makes me mean. Makes me fight people. I get real angry real quick, and I don't remember it.
Ooh, I think that's only happened to me a couple of times. One time you were there.
I do remember that. That
was the whiskey night. That was the last time I really drank whiskey.
You got, no, the whiskey night. Oh no, that was the bourbon night. Yeah, the whiskey night you were also given vodka. And then you were just ugly fucker. Because we needed to move you from one bedroom to another. And so they sent me, and I was like, hey, and I picked you up, and you just pushed me, and it was 12 feet. I fucking flew back. I was like, dude, it's like, don't fucking hurt me, man. You're like, then fucking don't tell me what to fucking do. You're like, I'll do what I want. So then I got 3 other people upstairs. Dude, it's we got a Klingon protocol here. He's throwing me around. It's I can't do anything about it.
Oh yeah, I was in a dude's bed who was going to come home soon, and he was going to karate chop my ass.
Oh yeah, the Jamaican guy.
They're this guy knows karate and he will kill you.
You're just thinking, Keegan, how do you or let me get involved with such fucking characters? It's your lust for alcohol, drugs, and pussy has led us here.
It was all right. It was all true. I still remember, living in the trailer park and having you over, and Kyle was next door. Getting so drunk that we couldn't make it up the hill to Kyle's house without falling over.
That was a good time.
It was a very good time.
Although I still think the best time was when we were at Kyle's mom's boyfriend's, in Wallingford. It's one of the parts that got lost in my old laptop forever, but it's I just want to tell you a story about getting fucked up. And then it was just you. And then off camera you drank, and then this was the bourbon night. If anybody's wondering, ladies and gentlemen, you're just it's like candy, and you just drank a whole fifth of Jim Bourbon in one. And you're go. And so I stopped him, this would be funny if we taped this 2 hours later. And so we do it, it's hi kids, Uncle Bill's train. It's on a roll. Drink lots of alcohol, boys and girls, or something like that.
Oh, and I remember the next morning, I woke up and said, Uncle Billy's train has been derailed, with no memory of saying that other thing earlier in the night.
Yep, I taped that too. Oh god, it's like the funniest thing about that. It's like I remember showing that to my girlfriend in high school at the time. I won't mention her name, but she got so offended by it. It's like, this is teenage drinking. This is horrible. It's like, this is funny. It's like nobody drove. Like nobody like was gonna hurt anybody.
Like we were reckless, but we weren't like doing anything crazy.
No, like craziest shit I had to do was I remember going downstairs and Kyle's mom's like, "You're gonna clean that puke up on the walls, right?" And I said, "The walls?" It's like, cause I'd already been in there, cause I was drunk too, you know. Like, so I'm in there, I see the puke on the floor and stuff. It's like, so I scrub it up. It's like I take care of it. I'm like, oh, did such a good job. This is great. So I'm gonna come downstairs. My hands are washed. I'm feeling good. And then she's like, "You gotta clean that puke up on the walls." Like, fuck, I didn't even look at the walls.
You just assumed it wasn't that awful. It wasn't like The Exorcist.
Oh, it was total Exorcist vomit style. Just
That was terrible.
And then I remember bringing it to your mom's, and she comes out, and you're like, "Fucking ham sandwiches! I'm never eating ham sandwiches at Kyle's house ever again." Fucking ham.
Yeah, she believed it because she wanted to believe it.
She knew we were full of shit.
She had to.
She's like, "You drunk sons of bitches!" Like,
I think I came out of the bathroom after puking, and I was like, "I need more eggs." And then I saw her.
like those goddamn ham sandwiches.
Yeah.
The food poisoning.
Trying my best. And I'm like, yeah, everybody's sick from them, but you were fine, clearly.
I just remember that was what we decided on the ride home. It's like, what plate of cold meat is going to be the most believable? And we're like, ham sandwiches. It's like, that shit smells like shit anyway. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, teenage shenanigans.
Oh my god. But thinking about recording stuff, I think sometimes about the Keegan show and Keegan movies.
Yeah, I wish the movies were still available.
Yeah.
The best I got now.
I think I had discs for a long time, and I think John was the last one to have them.
So the best I've got, I have episodes 5, 6, and 9, and 1 and 2 of Keegan and Friends.
Oh yeah.
And so I put a best of on YouTube. Like, it's on there. So, and actually, I was going to mention this before. I'm probably going to splice that, although it's probably only going to shave about 2 or 3 minutes. But the best of Will Holden. Second in the credits.
Yeah. And I was very much, I need to be second in the credits. It's in my contract.
Yeah, it's like, nope. It's like, I don't want to be that first douche. I'm the second one.
Yeah. I'm like, it's the Keegan show, but I better get recognition. I don't know.
Dude, it's like the whole thing. Like, I mean, you were definitely the biggest comic relief in the whole damn show. I mean, without having to like flip off a building.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember my mom used to worry all the time about Kyle flipping off of his very tiny shed.
Yep.
He's gonna be fine.
It's like it's not gonna hurt anybody. It's like as long as it doesn't dive head first.
Yeah, which he probably would have if he told him.
Oh, we did flips off of it.
Yeah.
I bet there was snow on the ground.
But,
No,
every movie had smash crashes and hits.
Oh, yep. It's like I remember, like the funniest thing is like on the one on YouTube, it's like all the smash crashes and hits were mostly yells.
Yeah.
It was like you just you son of a bitch!
Yeah,
You killed my
I never did stunts, but I destroyed my voice. Like I'll just scream for hours. It's fine.
I love how Justin Lawrence in the credits is just. It's like I got your most embarrassing moment. It's like, but it's like I talk about the show like it was an actual show. It's like, but I'm super proud of it because for one, if all else, it captures, the essence of us being at that age at that time period. It's like,
yeah,
because even now it's so different.
No, it really is.
And
like this was before YouTube and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like we just did it for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It gave us an excuse to like do different shit.
And I almost like did it, like I almost threw up like a bunch of clips on yours, like, but I didn't want to do it like to not get sued. But all the Mr. Everett jokes. Just goes, this is for Mr. Everett, like to pop little boys.
That was like half an episode. I think that was. Oh, we just did that for so long.
The whole time. It's like, and then I remember doing the spoofs where I would just do like weird poses behind his head.
Yeah.
I get like Corey Chambers to hold the camera. He's like, you go to church, he'll trust you. Like, I'm such a dick, you know? Like, I was such a dick. It's like, I put the camera on his shoulder and you can just see me going, boop, 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 boop. It's like, and I remember him complaining to the vice principal, like, he's done this 4 times already. And I looked at him like, 6!
Yeah, I was like, what are you gonna do about it? We weren't really doing anything wrong.
No, it's like we're just doing funny poses. It's like I'm sorry, would Charlton Heston go to jail? It's like for acting behind the president. You know, like that was our logic.
Yeah, exactly. You should do like a best of Everett and like unlist it until he dies. And then, you know, then they can go.
They show up at his funeral like, this is my tribute to the man that I knew as whatever his first name, Everett.
I think it was Rupert.
Is it a Rupert?
I think that might be where I got the name for Rupert, like Roofy, the British character.
I didn't know that, but I'm super happy about that now.
I think so.
It's Rupert, like Roofy.
And you were what, Philip?
Philip.
Oh my god, the character.
Good old sketch comedy that no longer exists.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Why do we gotta get old and shit?
I know. I wish I got better with age, like fine wine, but here I am.
Right?
I can no longer scream as much.
The ironic part is I can scream even better. Like, cause
Wow.
being in the music industry now, like I got a good Judas Priest style scream. I can maintain that shit. But you know, it's funny, you know, how things work, you know, like you and I like spent almost every weekend hanging out together, you know, as kids and stuff, and we both love video games and stuff. So, and you've dabbled into your direction and I've gone into mine. You know, and I'm not sure what point I'm trying to make with this, but you know, like,
well, I mean, you know, we still have that connection. Like, this is the first time we've spoken in so long, and it's like you just pick up the phone, like, hey, what's up?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely one of the highlights of my life, you know, going over to your place and playing fucking GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. It's like, because I didn't have Perfect Dark. I do now. But
And then, you know, getting kicked out of my place by my stepdad.
oh, that was the funniest shit ever.
Oh, God.
Looking back on it now, it's funny as shit. It's like, that's ingrained in my brain. Like, fucking gets me. Like, I'm riding my bike. It's like, no, I'm gonna drive you back. It's like, I don't want you to drive me. I'm gonna drive you back. It's like, so he puts my bike in his fucking thing. Like, get into the thing, and the only thing he says, "Don't think you're gonna be spending every weekend at my house."
Yeah.
And I was like, don't worry, man.
He was like, chill out. He has since apologized for the way he used to be.
Oh, I saw a brief side of his good character when I reenacted, you know, the cable guy. He said, midnight going down, and you fucking cracked right up. He was probably drunk or something, but...
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we both had stepdads that didn't like the other one.
Oh, God, right? I'm glad that fucking douche is gone. My mom's married a much better person since that dick.
Yeah, she seems happy. I see some stuff on Facebook. She seems very happy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, his name is Arnie Trudeau. Hope to have him a guest in the future. Talk about some racing and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, he just takes the kids and stuff as if they were his own, and you know, got my mom to get a Harley and shit.
Yeah.
So like,
I never would have expected that. That's sick.
I love it. This is only good. Like, this is only good things from this man. It's like way better. It's like Dennis wouldn't let my mom get a Harley. He'd be like, It's like, do you know the precautions that a Harley would take? Yeah, it's like, what would Jesus think? Jesus never had a Harley.
That's true, damn.
I don't know if he would have actually said that, but it's fun to pick on him.
Maybe. I don't even remember what I said that made him hate me. I was swearing in your garage.
Oh, yeah. We were up, like, in the attic, you know, because that's where we could hang out without making too much noise. You know, it was like 98 degrees all the time.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we said shit and fuck a couple times, you know? And he comes up just the type of sailor talk, like, I was in the Air Force or whatever the fuck he was in. It's like, we didn't talk like that. It's like, bullshit. Like,
That's nice. That's nice to have. That's nice.
It's like, my grandfather's older than you, and he talks much filthier than you do, so yeah, that's the way they talk.
When I think of your garage there, I think of that one Kill Me Please sketch from, I think, the first Keegan movie, the Keegan movie, where it stuck with me forever.
Oh, where I just rollerblade into it and just boom.
Kill Me Please going to Disney World, but it's very clearly in a driveway. And he's like, I'm in the haunted mansion, help me. That character was so good.
So the one I remember was when it was in, I think it was Keegan Friends at this point. It's like, but it was in the winter and I was at the top and I was like, are you ready? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, and you tried your best to not laugh. It's like, but you did anyway.
I did. I was supposed to play like a emotionless character in that, I think.
So that moment and us throwing rocks in that trailer park. And that fucking guy, the trailer park supervisor, like, well, we got reports of kids throwing rocks at each other, and we're just trying to make sure everything's okay. Like, and he pulls off, and you're just like, you're just jealous because we've got balls and you don't, okay? Proceed to laugh about it for the next, like, 3 straight hours. Yeah, that guy was a tool.
Yeah, he was.
That almost became a...
I'm just kidding, I don't know.
That's sad, my reaction was immediate laughter. Like, good, you should be dead, you stupid fuck. Like,
yeah, ballless prick.
You're just jealous. You got balls and you don't good. Shit balls, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember we used to have to dodge him going into the woods to hang out at that old cabin.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That thing falling apart.
Oh, they tore that down and it's a slate quarry now, all back there.
Oh, they got even more slate now. Cool.
Oh yeah. Slate Valley, rip it up.
Slate it.
The Slaters.
Hey, guess what you didn't expect to find? More slate.
It's slate. It's rocks, but they're dumb.
It's flat.
Like a roof.
Just like the way that everybody wants the world. Flat.
Yeah, well, that's the way the world actually is. The liberal scientists don't want you to know. We're living on slate.
Slate flatland. Mr. Slate's like, Flintstone! Yeah, now it's getting crazy. We're going Hanna-Barbera on your ass now. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably the alcohol taking effect in my brain.
Next, we'll be calling people to smoke Winstons, like the Flintstone commercials.
Winston's are just as good. Hey, I quit smoking, like, but you know what made Winston's good? But they had those little flappies on the top where you could pop them out like a soft pack. I miss smoking, like, but I don't miss the actually smoking.
Yeah, no, you know, I can understand that as somebody who actually never smoked, but watched a lot of people smoke.
Right. I've made a lot of my friends smoke. I feel partly responsible for Vince and John picking up smoking.
Yeah.
You know? I smoked so much. Like,
some friends spread the Beatles, some friends spread smoking. I mean,
here's a helpful lifetime supply of cancer.
It's a lifetime supply because it makes your life real short.
Yeah. But no, like I just got over it.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome.
I mean, it's pretty easy to not smoke. It's like, for one, it's like what kind of was the second inspiration for doing it, because I'd quit before, and it's like, but then I picked it up again near the end of my previous relationship. It's like, but when I quit the second time, it's because I was, starting to lead sing in my band. And I'm like, well, I can't be singing in a band smoking butts. Like, this just doesn't work. It's like, otherwise I'm going to be a shitty band.
Yeah.
And, the same thing with the booze. Like, I cut way back on that. I like to drink during the podcast because it makes conversations interesting. But
I wish I had something. I would have had a little drinky as well.
I mean, it's kind of one of the things I'm almost trying to start a trend on. Like, maybe we should have like a pattern on the podcast where everybody drinks their favorite drink, while they do it. But it's early in its inception, like, and there's no money in it. It's like, I do it mainly for fun. It's like I get a lot of pleasure out of it.
And that's awesome. I mean, that's enough of a reason, I think.
It's like, and I try to promote, like, whoever's the guest. Like, once again, Lumpkin plays.
Hey.
I didn't realize the significance of gaming channels until recently. Like, I got into like Angry Video Game Nerd, like, and like all the stuff that dude does, like, and every one of those guys and stuff. So, then I started to branch out, like, a little bit more. It's like, well, I want to know about this guy's opinion on this game, this guy's opinion, like this guy's opinion, like. And so then it reminded me of your channel and stuff. Like, so then I started backtracking on your stuff, like. I watched a lot, like, a little bit lately. It's like I didn't watch it. Well, I watched you and Steve, like, when you had your guys' channel. Like, I tried to watch that whenever I could. It's like, but I watched you more so when you first started, like, with the Bubsby 3D and, like, the Resident Evil ones, I believe. I think.
Yeah.
It's like, and it was kind of just one of those things. Like, I got caught up with, having kids and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And life and all that. And I kind of forgot. I was like, oh shit. It's like, my buddy's got a really good video game channel. It's like,
it's like when you release new music, it's like I listen to it, but like I always fall behind and shit. And it's like, life gets in the way of all that.
Yeah.
Problem with being in the third.
Well, and also with my music and stuff, like, until this year, it hasn't really been regularly available. Like, it's not like you can go on Spotify and be like, oh, Keegan Farr, blah, blah, blah. It's like, now you can. Like...
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. I'm so excited for that. For like a catalog to be online.
Awkward silence, podcast worst nightmare.
That happens all the time.
No, like, well, yeah, you're right, it does. But no, like, it's, like, going into it, like, I was super nervous to start this whole podcasting. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do what you want to do. Like, that's the whole point of a podcast. Like, you're not trying to do anything other than what you want to do.
Yeah.
And so going out in that aspect, it's like, it's been very fun. Like, and I've got some really cool conversations. Like, and my other goal, like I've tried to say, like, is to promote, like, the people that I'm interviewing and stuff, like, because, like, who's gonna type in Lumpkin Plays, like, randomly,
Yeah, exactly. You can't even type Lumpkins on YouTube because you get Lumpkins from Powerpuff Girls.
I just get Lumpkins, like, for your name. Like, when I look it on Twitch, like, it's not Lumpkin Plays. It's like, but now, it's like, everybody that watches the podcast or, like, or at least talks to me regularly, it's like, might check you out. It's like, oh, I like video games, check this dude out. It's like, and if you get just one more follower, then happy me. Like,
yeah, I mean, that means a lot. That means a lot to me, just even the thought of it, you know?
Like
there's so much support, and that's amazing to me.
And I don't even give a shit about people supporting, like, the podcast. Like, I don't even feel like that needs to happen. Like, I get the enjoyment from the opposite perspective, you know? Like, I like to help others, like, at the same time, have some cool conversations and such and such.
Yeah, you know, chill and hang out. Like, it's kind of like back in the day with the Keegan show. Like, we weren't putting that on YouTube, but it was an excuse to hang out.
Yeah.
And just, like, try different shit, talk about different shit, do different shit.
You know,
And
like,
I think that's
it's like,
important.
Mom, going over to Bill's. It's like, we go over there and it's like I jump out of a 15-foot tree. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, check out what we filmed. You know, or me, like, editing my exposed ass. Like, it was a miner's ass.
That moment, Kyle's reaction was one of the best things.
Oh, that was my best prank of all time. It's like, Kyle's like, I'm going to jump up behind you and go, boom!
Yeah.
It's like, but instead,
He knew some shit was going to
I
happen.
just dropped trow and pressed my cheek on his nose. Kiss my ass! And then it goes, my ass, my ass, my ass!
I don't think I ever saw Kyle run that fast ever again.
Can you excuse me one moment?
Absolutely. Excuse me one moment. It has now been 2 moments. 3 moments have passed. 4 moments. This is the 5th moment. I don't know how many moments you want me to hold on for. Get sick of this shit. 7 moments have passed. I didn't count the 6th one. I'm sorry if anybody lost track. When we get to the 10th moment, the screech. That was the 10th moment screech, if anybody was curious. 11 moments have passed. This Diet Cola I'm drinking is flat as fuck now. It was fine 5 moments ago. 13 moments in time. I want a cough drop. I'm an old man now. I can't just screech like that every 10 moments.
Shit, I lost my sunglasses. Oh well. Dude, that was the funniest. I'm glad you sang the whole time. I don't even have to cut that out.
That was approximately 15 moments by my calculation.
So I woke up the stairs, like, I had to take a pee. So I left the door open. The bathroom apparently is right above where my speakers are, and I'm taking a leak. All I hear is, taking moments, singing a song. Oh, jeez, man. I miss hanging out with you, buddy.
I know. I miss you too. Someday we'll have to, like, get together in a real, physical, non-virtual, digital space.
Right? Like,
if such things exist anymore.
well, I am getting a vehicle soon. I have my license back.
Nice.
Like, after all these years. Which was... Getting the license was the easiest thing in the fucking world. Like, actually taking the test. Like, it was a joke.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Like, I remember going into taking my written test. Like, this is nothing, you know. Like, so I take my test. Like, I do the whole thing. Like, there's another girl in me. Like, well, not in me, but next to me. Like, taking her test. Like, that made the story weird.
Sounds like I thought you were having a spiritual experience.
He was like, we're taking our test together. It's like, no. It's like, so I sit outside. It's like... And this other girl goes to hand her results into the lady at the, you know, the DMV office, you know. And she obviously failed. And her mother, who's sitting across the room, is like, did you pass?
Oh, no.
And she's just looking like, no. And she has to walk across the whole building while I'm like, well, I fucking passed. Like, sweet.
Get out of the way.
I got a 98%. Like, the only question I got wrong was about blind people because I grew up in Vermont.
Yeah, we don't allow blind people here.
Well, no, it was the picture of the symbol. Like in Vermont, it's the word blind person.
Oh, yeah.
I guess in New Hampshire, it's person with dog. Or don't even quote me on that because I got it wrong. But
I was gonna say I could get dog talker.
I mean, it might be the same things. Like, but I put like person with cane. Like, you know, like I was like, this doesn't really have to do anything about driving, does it? Like, really?
Yeah, like.
Like
why would they just put the words blind person?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, an eye test would be more along the lines of this thing, like reading signs.
Yeah. And all these years later, I still don't have a license.
Still? No?
Yeah. No, I never went for it.
How come? Like,
I don't know. I have no desire to.
no, like, I mean, I guess I get it. I mean, you can't die in a car accident if you don't drive a car.
Well, yeah, some of the people I ride with, I could very well possibly die in a car accident.
See, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, not so much with like going to work and stuff, but like some people I hang out with, it's like, yeah, I'd much prefer to drive myself.
I remember the most scared I've ever been in a car, and that was with Matt that we went to school with. Matt T.
Matt Taralba.
Oh, yeah.
Fucker.
We used to bully him so bad.
I was about to say, here we go again. Verbal boiling.
He picked me up. It was like late at night. I don't even remember the circumstances around that. I just happened to run into him. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you a ride to Fairhaven. And we go into that section in Rutland where you go under the bridge and it's only one way. And he's like speeding down the wrong way around a corner. He's like, race time. I'm like, you're doing like 80 and we can't see if a car is coming.
He was bad about that type of shit.
I got that impression. I never rode with him again, but I got that impression.
I remember he drove all the way up to see me at Blockbuster, like when I worked there in Shelburne. Mm-hmm. It's like, and he still lived in Fairhaven. So I'm like, how much you want to bet he just flew up fucking Shelburne Road at like 98 miles an hour? You know, like 30-minute trip.
Speed racer style.
You know, just he's like, I came all the way up to see you. Greatly appreciate that, Matt. It's like, you were in the reunion. It's like, it did get lost on my laptop. I missed that shit. It's like,
yeah.
I think about that stuff all the time. Like, there's so much stuff, like audio recordings of mine and like parts of like the Keegan movies and the shows like that got lost. It's like, it's not fair. I only got what I got from YouTube was from Patrick McRae.
Oh shit.
Because he had the DVDs that he had borrowed from either Justine or somebody that I loaned him to. Maybe it was it was Justin. Yep, I loaned him to Justin. So that's why I have like the second half of that season. You know, which episode 8 does contain like the first part of the season, like in a best of thing already, because you know how bad I clip showed that shit.
Oh yeah, that was
the master of the clip show.
Yeah, but we watched it anyway. It's so funny anyway.
No, I think the only one that was worse about being a clip show than that was Clerks, like episode 2. Although I probably could have made episode 2 a clip show.
Probably could have. And you know you would have if you had thought of it.
I thought about putting clips in this show. Just like, how funny would it have been if it was a clip show already?
Yeah. I think you should insert clips from this podcast episode into the podcast episode.
Just like, remember that idea we said we should have introduced like a clip show within the podcast?
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious, man.
Oh my god.
Like, so I'm at this weird point in my music like thing, like I'm trying to write an album. It's like, but I haven't had any inspiration, you know, with life events and such. It's like in the last few albums that I've done have been more like I don't know, the best way to describe it is like John Lennon's first solo album.
Okay.
Where, like, it's there's good messages, but there's not really a lot musically going on.
Yeah.
It's like, at least not in the foreground. It's all happening subtly. And so, like, I enjoy it. It's like, but before I would mix all my drums, like, I would sequence them. I'd get, professional drum fills or do it in a drum machine and make sure everything sounds nice. And with this stuff, I'm kind of doing it on my keyboard, like I'm finger drumming it to get.
Oh yeah.
Which I've gotten really good at it now. It's like, and I'm playing on a Roland. It's like, so it sounds nice. It's like, but it lacks that. That power aspect, like, because it's digital drums. Like, so I'm finding myself in a space where I'm not sure where to go musically.
Yeah.
Like, should I go over processed or should I go like raw again?
Well, that's the thing. Like, sometimes you gotta just wait for inspiration to strike, and that's the shitty part. Like, when is that gonna happen?
I've my side gig, because that's what I've decided to do. Like, where I can't come up with an idea, I was like, I'll just distract myself. I'll do a cover project.
There you go.
So I've been releasing videos on YouTube, like studio covers in nylon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so it's just usually one nylon guitar, maybe like another overdubbed, and then some harmonies. It's like, but I'm gonna do an album called Covered in Nylon.
That's cool.
And so I've done She's Always a Woman, My Sacrifice, like by Elton John, like getting into that later Elton John period.
Yeah.
But I fucking love that song though. Like, I'm sorry, like, me and Farron's breakup, that one hit me pretty hard this year, like, even though I was the one that did it. It's like, but just going through that whole thing, like, that song was huge for me.
I can see that.
And, I think it gets a lot of shit. It's like, because it sounds dated. You got that do-do-do-do-do-do,
Yeah, but, I mean, like, it's Elton fucking John. Like...
Yeah, it's like, but it's like mid-'80s Elton John, so it's like that, like, wedding band synthesizer keyboard tone,
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm pretty sure Bernie wasn't writing the words, like, but it's still a great song, like, when you look at the lyrics,
Yeah.
It's just two lovers living in separate worlds or something like that, like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but... But so then I did that, and then I did, I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter. Like, kind of half Paul McCartney, half Dean Martin.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun. And then I did Isn't It a Pity, like by George Harrison, and that one came out really well.
Have you uploaded that one?
It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube page.
Oh man, I haven't listened to that one yet.
Yeah, it's just type in KeeganFarr on YouTube, and if it's not on there, under the playlist Studio Albums.
I'm gonna have to
Maybe
listen to
studio covers. Yeah, it came out really well. Like, I did like both parts, like with the nylon, and I kind of mixed like the George Harrison with the Billy Preston version. It's like, because I thought that both are perfect.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I'll have to listen to that.
I mean, I recommend it. But it's a cool thing, because I did that, because I found that I sound closest to George after a gig. Like, when my voice is like really hurting, I can't hit all the Paul nuances that I want to do. So I did that on, I think, Tuesday, and I had played a gig that Saturday, and it was a long weekend. I saw him Last the Line that Friday, last Friday, which was Ronnie James Dio's band. Fucking incredible band. Just in case, but I did like the whole VIP thing, so I got to meet like them all. It's like, and I had all these things like to say to them, but I choked when I finally saw them. Like, I'm looking at Vinny Appice and Vivian Campbell, and I'm like, please sign this.
Well, I mean, I can't blame you.
I mean, Vinny Appice is Black Sabbath royalty. He's one of my heroes. It's like, and so is Vivian Campbell, like, as a guitar player. But yeah, I was like, so the whole night I was like, woo, 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 you know, doing that shit. It's like, and then the next night I had played the gig. It's like, so I had to do, you know, what I needed to do. It's like, and for the most part, I was able to, you know, deliver. I requested a couple songs be cut off from the set list, like "Knocking on Heaven's Door" by Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't really have that in me tonight. No. I'm like, why not? It's like, because I was a dick and I went to a concert last night. What's going on? Like, you know, I'm at this age now. Like, I'm not looking to hurt my voice again.
Yeah.
I did it this summer. It was awful.
Ooh.
It was
yeah. It's like, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a gig. It was like, and then I played a party for a drummer, which was fine. It's like, but I started drinking lots of alcohol, like lots and lots of alcohol. And so after a while, I'm like, oh, I can't keep doing these AC/DC songs. And people are like, let's do this AC/DC song. I'm like, okay. You know, and I keep doing it, and like the whole night it was fine. It's like, and I went through the rest of the night, it was fine. The next morning I woke up, it was like, and it was the first time I had lost my voice, like by singing, like ever, like not from an illness. So it scared me, you know.
Yeah, bet.
It made me reapproach every way I thought about singing. I was like, nope, this cannot ever happen again.
Yeah, well, I mean that was a good experience to at least like know the stuff you cannot do.
Yeah, and it's like, but it sucks. It's like, because it makes you feel like you're old too. Like, oh, you can't. It's like you're not Rob Halford. You can't be like, you know. Like, oh, speaking of, yeah, this has nothing to do with that. I remember sending you my cover of "Once in a While."
Yes.
What do you think of those apples? Did you listen to that original play?
I did. I liked it a lot, actually.
Isn't it his original version of "Once in a While" like the fucking most beautiful thing?
Yes.
Like the blah la 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 la. It just makes me like Richard O'Brien. I didn't think I could love you anymore. It's like, but I do.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
No, I was just taking a shot of Jameson. No, Richard O'Brien is a brilliant motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But like, as soon as I heard that version, it just inspired me to make that version.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why I sent it to you. It's like, oh, Bill will understand. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, you'll understand where this song's coming, because you showed that song to me. It's like, I didn't know. Yeah, because you had the special edition of the picture show.
Oh, yeah.
And I only had the anniversary version.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Back in the day when you had to buy like 5 different versions to know what the fuck was going on here. And they were hard to find.
I still think, it's funny, I'm such a diehard fan. I remember my ex's friends coming over to our house for the strict reason, because I said, hey, you know I own the Rocky Horror sequel? And I knew it was terrible.
Yeah, I love Sock Freeman.
I do too. I think the songs are brilliant.
The songs are brilliant. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. The songs are incredible. The movie itself, man, could have used a little bit of work.
Well, it was take a little less drugs.
Yeah.
You know, and you got that scene with Janet's dad, you know, singing "Faggots are maggots." You know, like,
I love that one.
I think it's a great song. It's like, but it's very forced. It's like, oh, it's like this is just because of Janet or Brad's experiences in the mansion, like, which Janet also participated in. Like,
yep.
You know, like, seems a little harsh there, Janet's dad, that I can't remember the name of.
I don't know. Did he have a name? I don't remember. I'm sure he did.
Janet's dad.
I'll have to scour the Shock Treatment DVD again.
Oh, I still love "Bitchin' in the Kitchen." That's one of my favorite songs. And the one that Brad and his brothers sing at the end. You know, "You're a loose man."
Yeah. Well, the actor playing
best thing you could do,
I can't think of his name right now.
The best thing you could ever do is die.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh,
Tonight's stutters have been sponsored by alcohol.
Woo!
Thanks. I appreciate the endorsement. Usually when I talk to people on these things, like, what are you talking to? It's like, I'm going into the third person. It's like, it's a podcast.
I'm going into the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, having done so many drunk streams, I know how it is. Like, I'm going to be playing Drunk Mario Party on the stream later this month.
Oh, really? When's that?
It's going to be Saturday the 20th.
Shit, yeah, dude. I'll make sure I'll be a part of that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're all going to be getting drunk playing Mario Party.
Which Mario Party is it?
They released one for the Switch.
Oh, Mario Party Switch, and it's like a best of, like a collab?
Yeah, it's boards from the first 3 games.
I want my Switch so bad.
I know, I'm sad that you don't have it.
I know it makes me want to cut myself.
Damn.
Not really. But.
Not real. Anybody listening, not really.
No, but seriously, like, so is that just a drunk Mario Party stream?
Yeah.
That's it? There's no
We're just going to be playing Mario Party and drinking a lot.
What are you guys going to be drinking?
Is it a charity thing or a special thing?
Is it just drinking whatever you want to drink, or is it like a liquor thing, or?
I think I'm going to be drinking maple liqueur because I've gotten super into it.
Oh, you can handle that maple flavor, huh?
Oh, yeah. I went to Salem recently on vacation, and I was having maple liqueur and coffee all day long.
Well, all right, maple and coffee works. I mean, I'm from Vermont, but even the thought of maple liquor is like, Jesus. It's like, ugh.
I'm one of those big fat Vermont diabetics, and I need my maple.
It's like, give me the fucking syrup and I'll slurp it.
Take shots, just the syrup. No alcohol.
See, I'm those guys, like, when I'm in Vermont, like, you want real Vermont maple syrup? I'm like, no. I like the fake syrup.
See, I'm one of those guys where I was in Massachusetts and they offered Vermont syrup, and I was like, ooh, give me that.
Although, have you had New Hampshire maple syrup?
I have not.
It's pretty good. Not trading ships, it's like, but it does have a worthy adversary.
If I'm in New Hampshire sometime, I will give it a try.
Well, next time I see you, I'll smuggle some New Hampshire, syrup through the COVID borders.
Yeah.
Make sure it's COVID-free maple syrup.
Absolutely, and make sure not to tell the government because I'll have to pay taxes on it.
Umbrella, I have no maple syrup. I don't know. It's funny to think about the way the world is today, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny. Like, it's a pandemic. It's like, but
I mean, it's a little funny.
But it's like, did you really think that this is the way that life was gonna be, like, in 2021? Like when you were a boy, like, I hope to grow up one day, be a part of a virus plague.
Yeah. like we're gonna have flying cars, but instead we just have self-driving cars that explode. We're living in a cyberpunk dystopia. It just sucks.
And complete strangers will think you're a total dick for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't prick yourself. Like, I'm not trying to get political and shit, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, we live in a very strange time. And I still work in a store, so I get a lot of customers that want to, from across the political spectrum, that want to get into it. And it's like, I'm not here for that. Please.
I'm very glad I'm not in customer service. I paint houses.
Yeah.
But, it's a very hard gig to try to get inside work in the wintertime, like with COVID.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire, the vaccination thing isn't as enforced. But, to each their own. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you want to get vaccinated, that's awesome. If you don't, that's great too. Like, I really don't have any beef with it. Like, for one, like, I don't get vaccinated, but I also don't go and travel like a great deal and come into contact with any person,
Yeah, like, I mean, I believe in the vaccine. I encourage people to get vaccinated, but it's like if you're not getting vaccinated and not being like a dick, because I know some people that won't get vaccinated, but they get like all up in people's faces about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like your body.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I feel about it. I think it's very close to the way like it is with abortions and stuff like that. Like it's a personal choice. It's like, but it's like it's you shouldn't be a dick about it, no matter what somebody's choice is about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like I know tons of people that got vaccinated, like you yourself, like Kyle too. Like I don't think any less of you guys for it. Like that's the way you gotta do.
Even though I believe in the vaccine, there are health risks and there are things that they don't know about the vaccine. It's very new. So it's like I don't think it's a completely uninformed decision to not get it. Absolutely not.
No. You just start. I think the problem is that everybody's just trying to do what they think is right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything about COVID and the time we live in was so politicized in the last couple of years. Every aspect of it, even things that shouldn't have been such a left versus right or one way versus another way discussion. It turned into that.
Yeah, it very much did. Here I am on my podcast talking politics. Never thought that's fucked. Things happen.
Yeah. 2021. Everything is politics, even your non-politics is politics.
I know. It really is. What? So you clipped your toenail? Well, maybe if you clipped your toenail with a more efficient tail clipper that was more on the Republican side. That's the thing, like Republican, Democrat, I don't really give a fuck. It's like I don't.
I consider myself pretty left-leaning, but I hate them both.
I'm dead center. It's like the thing is, like I'm liberal, but I believe in abortion. It's like, but I love gay rights. It's like, so it's where do you draw the lines? Like, I guess that makes me independent. I guess by today's standards.
Yeah, I would say independent. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. I mean, why not? I mean, I really wanted Andrew Yang to win this last presidency. I really did.
Yeah.
I think he could have done a lot of it. It's like Andrew Yang with Bernie being like in the background. It's like, because I think Bernie's got a lot of great ideas. It's like, I just don't think he's got the math to put up those ideas. It's like, whereas Andrew Yang had the math.
Yeah, no, I saw a lot of people supporting like a Yang Sanders sort of idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I'm not trying to get on the politics thing, but I think that would be better than what we have now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But the thing is, like, I don't like our current president. It's like, but what's funny is anytime I ever speak about that president, it's automatically assumed that I love Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which I find fucking hilarious. Like I make it a game. Like, cause I'll make some statement like, oh, like, look at how high gas prices are. Apology for the boiler noise. It's just another boiling child in the background.
Oh, no, don't burn up the children. That was a political statement I could get behind.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'll say something about it, and someone's like, oh, well, it's like, maybe you love your fucking great, or make America great again type shit. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, at no point in this argument did I mention Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I think...
if you would criticize, even, going back to Obama, if you criticize him, like, people just assume you love Trump. It's like, no, I just think things are very complicated.
Well, exactly. But my personal opinion, I think we should focus less about how much we hate Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these campaigns going on right now, like with Biden and like Harris and stuff, like it's all like a negative Trump fucking thing. Like they mentioned, like it gets counted like 16 to 32 to 35 times or whatever the fuck it is. Like. You should have more to go on.
Yeah, and
like-
like at this point, Trump is out of office. We can get over Trump.
It's like
Let's
this
talk
is,
about what's going
but
on
you know
now.
what I mean? It's like this is literally a meeting, or blah. Here we go, third time. Woo! Literally the meeting of hatred or fuel upon hatred.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hate fuel. It's hate fuel.
Yeah, but that's how politics work. When I tried to explain it to a customer, I was like, Fox News and CNN are the same thing. They're
They
two
are.
sides of the same coin. They contrive to frighten you, as Morrissey said. One of the few things that Morrissey said that I really agree with is stop watching the news.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, at least that newspaper was dated. Like,
Yeah.
you could get, like, alright, this is the conservative side of the news, this is the liberal side of the news. Like, and there was, like, a 6-hour buffer, you know, between the bullshit. It's like, now it's just so incredibly biased.
Yeah, no matter who you look at, it's all bias.
And-
but, you know, if it's bias in a direction that somebody agrees with, they're not going to see the bias.
Yeah.
Most of that.
Well, that's the thing, like, most of the time, like, in the home that I'm living in right now, I see Fox News. Like, I see Fox
Yeah.
a lot. It's like, I will see CNN, like, because I'll look it up. It's like, and, you know, because the person I'm saying was wife will look it up as well, like, just to see the counter argument, you know, which would be any respecting person. It's like, but when you're watching that shit, like, it's just all shit.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just one turd, like, and a douche. Like, it's South Park. Like, South Park predicted this, like, 15
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not happy about it. I'm sad about it.
Oh, yeah. Because it shouldn't be that way, but it'll continue to be that way because it's gang politics. You know, red team versus blue team. And that's the most important
Yeah.
aspect for a lot of people.
Well, that's what pisses me off. We should be one team,
Yep.
you know? Like I said, I'm sorry, folks, we're talking politics, but we should be one team.
To the podcast, bringing America together.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it might.
Hey, you never know.
Dude, I mean, I'm a right-wing straight man, and you're a liberal gay, you know, gamer. And
Couldn't call me a gay man. Had to call me a gay gamer.
I thought about it. I was like, well, man would be too cliche. You're a liberal gay man. That's not special.
No, I'm talking about fun all.
You're a liberal gay gamer, Bill. You're special.
Gamers rock off.
Shit, dude. No, seriously. I love you, man. Like, you're one of my closest friends. And
Yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to record with you today and chat and just like hang out for a bit. It's been so long.
right? And you know, it's not like it was.
No.
We're adults now.
Yeah. But if we, in the future, have a chance to get together and hang out, we should record some stupid shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like Monty Python style.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think we could. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. My mind's working faster than my words. Good things could come abrupt that.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, I get. You know what? The words don't make sense, but the meaning behind the words, I'm
Mostly,
fully
good
behind.
things could come abrupt that does not qualify as a proper sentence.
Nope, but I gotcha. See, that's the thing. I understand the intention, even if the words were
I know.
and not accurate.
It is a podcast. I'm supposed to come off, you know, English fluent.
You know, this is episode 5. Yeah, if they don't understand you by episode 5, listen, they need to look it up. They need
Right.
to deal with it.
Yeah. I drink booze.
Yes. Every day, not every day. Don't do it.
I don't drink every day.
No. I'm telling the audience about that.
I used to drink every day.
Yeah.
No, I did. I ain't ashamed of it.
You know, you'd be surprised how many people do.
There's lots. There's so many functioning alcoholics.
Yeah.
Here I am scraping the bottle like of my bottles. Like, these are all the ones in reach within camera frame. You know? No, it. I'm on the tail end of that shit.
Yeah. That's good.
But yeah, it's yeah, 3 hits. We had a point. We had a point there.
Other than gaming and stuff, I don't know. I haven't really been doing a whole lot. I've been writing. So,
What type of stuff have you been writing?
I'm working on a novel right now.
Really? What type of novel?
I'm working on a horror novel.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. What? I mean, what can you tell us about that?
I can talk a little bit about it. So, the structure you might be into, I've structured it kind of like Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yes.
In the sense that there's 2 characters. You read through the first character's entire story, and then you start over, same time, second character.
Oh, it's like those old style books in like the 90s where they direct you to different chapters and such?
It's not a choose your own adventure. It's linear, but you you have 2 stories, like each half of the book.
Yes, you have 2 like scenarios.
Yeah. There's an A and B scenario.
So when can I expect this to be ready?
Oh, I don't know. I'm about 170,000 words in.
That sounds really impressive. What's that in pages?
I have no idea how many pages. I do know a novel standard length is 50,000 words to make a novel. So it's getting up there.
Yeah, that's super impressive that you can actually write a novel though. Like that's
I'm working on it. Hopefully the first draft will be done by the end of the year.
No joke. That's been one of my dreams, like to be able to write a book just about something.
Yeah.
But I just don't have anything to write about. You know, like at least in that depth, you know, like without being cheesy or corny, you know. It's like probably why I like gravitated more towards music. It's like it takes my message in a smaller package. It's like
yeah, that totally makes sense.
It's like, but yeah, it's like that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's I think it's going in a good direction. I'm happy with the major story beats and the characters so far.
And it's a horror story?
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited about.
I could tell you like the basic setup for each character.
Sure, let's do that.
So, a scenario follows a man named David. It starts with him returning a book to the library for his fiancée, and when he leaves the library, everybody in town is gone. Except for one figure that's following him around. B scenario follows a police officer named Jennifer, who gets called to investigate an abandoned car on the outside of town. And then she finds on the car a missing persons poster for her brother who went missing years ago. And that's how she gets roped into it.
Foolish bitch.
Yeah. Don't follow that shit.
Wait, was that it?
Yeah, those 2 characters. That's the basic
So I have
partial
possibly an inappropriate question, and feel free to answer or not answer it. So I noticed when I went on your Twitch, like it goes like DLBGT, whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, what makes you different than like somebody who's not a LBGT gamer? Like,
oh, nothing.
Okay.
The thing with those tags, it's basically like if like a gay person or if somebody's just looking for like another gay streamer in particular, then like they can find somebody through that. Or if somebody wants to like harass somebody, they can find a gay person and then like just type the N-word into their chat. That happens a lot.
Yeah. So I was wondering, oh, it's like, is this just like a tag? Like, oh, you'll, like, if you're, you know, in that community, you'll be safe here, like, or if it was.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and part of it is just like there's a lot of different tags for like gender and sexuality, and I think different ethnicities and different interests and stuff like that. So I think if you're looking for something very particular.
Ah, okay. Like, cause like I said, as I watch it, like I'm watching, like I said, I watched a bunch today, and I'm like, this is just my buddy Bill, like talking about games. Like, I don't see what makes this like a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's just for discoverability. Like, a lot of people will search like different tags. I will say there is no straight tag. I actually just that.
Nobody wants those.
Nobody wants to see straights.
Yeah. What are you straight? You're good at Mario? Fuck you. So what? Although Super Mario World, I'll challenge anybody right now.
Oh damn!
This is a worldwide challenge. I will beat you in Super Mario World.
I don't know if I was thinking just now. The silence was me thinking, like, would I accept that challenge? And I don't know if I would.
I'm pretty good at it.
Next time we get together, we're each gonna play Super Mario World.
Oh, that'd be a cool episode.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think my mark now is like 336.
Damn, Jesus. For like completing it, like all
like 96. 96 entries.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. I think last time I played it, I got like 93 or 4 or something. I couldn't find the other ones.
The way I always do is like I just do each level like all at once.
Yeah.
If it's a red goal, all of it. Like otherwise I'll forget. It's like and then I just move on. You know, it sucks. It's like the most boring way to play the game. It's like, but I'm like, no, gotta do it. Gotta make sure I get perfect scores.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most efficient way, I'm sure, yeah.
And that fucking, whatever, Under Bridge.
Yeah.
What the hell's the name of the level?
Is it the one with the torpedo?
Yes, Torpedo Teds.
Soda Lake.
Soda Lake, yes.
Yeah,
that
that level was a bitch.
That was a level that I discovered with you, my friend. Like,
yeah.
You figured it out. It's like, because we looked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, we know there's something here.
We had 95.
Yeah.
And we're like, where is the fucking thing? And it's like, and we saw there was a gap under Soda Bridge. Like, it's only obvious. Boom, right there. It's like, and then it led to the next star, like the Stargate world or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Star World.
I was like, this makes so much sense. Like,
man, it was so fun discovering shit like that.
See, and I do,
like newer Mario games don't have that. They don't have that level of depth, and it's too bad.
I mean, I will say Super Mario Odyssey. For me,
Odyssey
I think that it's like the closest to like what Mario World was.
Yeah, definitely for a 3D one, absolutely.
Like just that fact that you could warp into the walls and do those 2D platform style levels and just that type of engineering and the way that it was designed and like the storyline was kind of corny, but outside of that, like the gameplay was just so fucking perfect.
Yeah. Well, and it was set up more like Banjo-Kazooie, where you got a star, you got a moon, and you could continue the level and it didn't hit you out.
Yeah.
That's like, finally.
And a lot of people disagree with me on that. It's like, well, I think Super Mario 64 is perfect, but I think Banjo-Kazooie is a more perfect Mario game.
Yeah.
Like than Super Mario 64. Like, definitely.
Man, I got a confession to make. In my old age, I think Super Mario 64 controls like ass.
It does. It sucks. You hit Z, it's like boop. It's like, oh, you're going 80 degrees further to the left than what you wanted to. Ha.
Like, you want a wall jump? Fuck you. Ain't happening.
It's like, at least in Banjo-Kazooie, you could dive down, like, tuck over, like, direct the camera to where you wanted to be. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, and that's why I praise Super Mario Sunshine so much. It's like, I thought it fixed all the errors. It's like, oh, you got a little...
People give Sunshine so much shit.
So much shit. It's like, it's like, how do you like jumping over a fucking platform? Like, you did a big jump. Whoop-ah! It's like, you're way over. Oh, you now can squirt and go back 2 to 3 seconds. So you land on that platform you wanted to land on, bitch. Like, you know, like, they gave this game so much crap, but it really was great. It was great.
Yeah. Okay, it was fantastic.
I mean, Galaxy was pretty good. I have pretty minimal experience on Super Mario Galaxy. I'll be honest.
I never beat it, honestly. I own it now. I own the HD version.
I've only ever tried it.
No?
I've only ever tried it. Like a demo thing.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't gotten far enough to love it yet.
But I did beat Odyssey. 100%.
Yeah.
All of them. Like, every fucking one. Even the ones in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh my god.
Because I had to. You know, at that point,
Yeah.
it's like, I've gotten so many moons. I want some fucking stars. But that was a cool game in its own. You know, like the Switch, like it's nice to have like original Switch games.
Yeah.
Because they're so rare these days.
I know.
I mean Dread, that counts. But that's a 2D game.
It's been a lot of redos and re-releases.
I mean, Link's Awakening was great.
I didn't pick the remake up. I should.
I mean, I watched it. I didn't play it either. But I watched. Like you said, my Switch was gone.
Oh yeah.
It's like, right when Link's Awakening came out, I was like, why does God hate me? It's like, Link is awakening and I'm sleeping.
Link got woke.
It's like, so instead I just bought Ocarina of Time on the 3DS and played that a bunch.
The best version of Ocarina of Time.
It really is.
Except I think you had the version on the N64 with actual like blood and stuff.
Oh,
and
the
the
red blood.
Motto chanting.
Yeah, the red blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother did. I'm not sure what version
okay.
I have now. Because I'm pretty sure my brother had his version from Nicholas Foley.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his game. Because mine's not a gold cart, but I don't think the gold cart was the original version.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
It's been so wild. It's like, because once I got the 3DS, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to play this one. It's like, the water temple is just kind of mildly inconvenient now.
Yeah, it's so much better.
It's like,
Because when you get past like the shitty stuff, like the water temple's made really well.
Yeah.
Like the design.
it's just pause, right, boots.
Yeah.
You know? Like, now it's boots.
Yeah, just boots.
Boots.
Just put them on.
Yep.
No.
I don't want boots. No boots. Yes, boots. Give me the boots!
Oh man, I gotta play those games again. Maybe I'll stream that sometime.
Did you ever play the 3DS one, the Link Between Worlds?
No, I never did.
Oh, the one that was
I heard it was
based on the
amazing.
Link. It really is, like the one that's got the map for A Link to Pass in it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Maybe I'll like marathon some Zelda games or some
The
shit.
best thing that made it, or in my opinion, it's got the same system. Or actually, no, this was not in a Zelda system. If you have enough rubies, you could buy every weapon you need in the game.
Oh.
As long as you don't die, you have all the weapons.
Oh.
But they're rental items. So, as long as you just save, you can have every ability in the game the entire time.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Plus, it's a
I knew
link.
it had like a rental system, but I guess I didn't know you could rent multiple things.
Yeah. Plus, it's a link to past. Like, you'll know where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I loved about it. I was like, I know exactly where I am, like, and I have all my life. You know.
That's why I'm kind of hoping like Breath of the Wild 2 follows the same map. I'm kind of hoping that.
See, I haven't played the first one yet. I got robbed of that experience.
It's so fucking good.
I know it is.
It's like one of the best games I've ever played.
I saw John play it. It's like, and that's as close as I got. I was like, well, it's Zelda, and then I ran away like, don't show me! You know? Like, it's like, I'm such a stupid piece of shit. I don't own Zelda.
Hopefully you can get another Switch sometime. Hopefully you can find one for like cheap.
That's why I'm looking for a version 2 that won't overheat, because I found the issues with the version 1.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, use the headphone jack. Kiss your cartridges goodbye.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. It's like, which really pissed me off, because you know how much I love Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
It's like they came out with Monster Boy, which I bought it for the Switch. It's like, and it happened like just before I went to go to the boss.
Oh.
So like, I've been waiting, like, this is like 30 years of my life in this moment. And it's like, it's like, your Switch does not work. And will not forever.
Garbage. Straight garbage.
So I'm like, yeah, fuck you. It's like, so I shut it off, and then I just plugged Ocarina in, and I just beat it. It's like, just so I can beat it again. Like, I beat this game, no problem.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, fuck your game and your technology restrictments. Well, brother, I'm gonna let you go, I think.
All right.
But it's been an extreme pleasure to have you on the podcast, and
Yeah, I had an amazing time.
and anytime you ever want to be on there again, just say so.
And vice versa. Anytime you want me on for an episode or whatever, just hit me up.
Fuck yeah, brother.
All right.
All right. Live long and prosper, my good friend. Peace. So that was Will Holden. Please check him out on Lumpkin Plays on Twitch. And I believe he's got some stuff on YouTube as well. But yeah, that does it for the FarrEnuFF podcast. Thank you very much. Peace, everybody.